Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. Unfortunately, you've just missed me do the dungeon of VYR'S amazing Arcana. OBS decided it wasn't actually going to record, so we've actually completed the Slayer season journey. Now, I don't want you guys to miss out, so I'm going to do it again. It's on Rakis Crossing if you go to Act 3. Right down at the end, just before you go into the Siege Breaker Assault Beast. And this is probably the easiest dungeon to do as the mage. You've got two objectives. Reach 100 stacks while in Archon form 3 times. That's going to be easy, especially with Fazula's Improbable Chain. Kill 300 enemies while in Archon form. Also, as long as you've got decent cooldown, you'll be able to get through that. And then in total, I think there's 615 monsters. But they are resurrecting each other as they go through, so there's going to be plenty for you to actually kill when we get in there. Let's give it a go. I've already done it, but I'll show you how the general structure for it is. So we're going to get straight on in with our first Archon. And what I want to do is I want to go around the edge, trying to focus on clusters of mobs and not leave any stragglers. So that's pretty good. We managed to get 86 killed in that time period. And now we keep moving and kill as much stuff as we can. There's going to be enough monsters that we can do all the objectives. We just need to make sure we're getting around and actually killing everything. So guys like that need to die. And as soon as Archon is ready to go, we'll use it again, but we're not waiting on it. Lovely stuff. Now, it's tempting to wait when you've got huge stacks like this for Archon, but it's really not worth it. I will wait just a second there. There we go. Possibly the hardest bit is going to be guaranteeing that you get the number of kills that you need, but as long as you keep moving, you'll be able to do that without too much difficulty. So we've got 148, we're already about halfway there. And some of these huge cluster areas are great for actually just monstering through that. But the rest of the time, we just want to keep putting the damage out. Now, some set dungeons, you really need to wait, drag mobs together, cluster them, so that you can achieve the individual objectives. Not with this one. This one, you don't need to worry about any of that. As long as you're sensible with how you're progressing through, there will be enough mobs for you to achieve all the objectives. We're actually almost ready for another Archon, so let's... Ah, let me in. That's annoying. Didn't quite get as many as I wanted. We've got about 75 left to get, so we'll thin out this this middle area. There's still 229 mobs in themselves. So there's loads left for us to wrap up, and if we're doing these stragglers around the edge, that'll actually be great for us. Is this guy gone? These two. This guy and his friends. And look, we've got so many in this area. We could actually just Archon through them all. Once we've done the Archon, of course, the rest doesn't really matter. Right, so now it's just to kill as many things as possible, as quickly as possible. Okay, we are out of Archons, so 55 seconds to kill the remaining mobs. And as I said, because they're resurrecting each other, there is going to be plenty left over. 11 mobs to kill, 30 seconds to do it. Loads of time. And this isn't even an optimized build for it. "19 seconds for these last two. And they are gone. Alright, so now you've actually seen it, I can go back to what I was doing before. Apologies you didn't get to experience the rush the first time, but I was pretty confident that it was going to work out. So we're going to go back to our 3 two-piece setup, and we're going to carry on with our rifting. Pretty much all our next objectives are up at Torment 10, so the best thing we can do is get some Greater Rift keystones and work on our gems. We also need to get gems to 35, but out of all the things, oh yeah, we've got we got meteors coming from the sky. Out of all the things, that's not going to be a huge one. That's just going to happen because we want the gems to be better, not because we're told to do it. Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting to be running Torment 8 with 3 two-piece sets and some random bits of kit. I mean, it's not really random bits of kit, it's very specifically geared bits of kit. But, you know, this build is currently in a transition stage. Hello. Have a couple of Hydras and a meteor. I'll take that source, thank you. That was quite painful. Poison is definitely a worry, and I couldn't teleport out of it. Give me all of these. Kill the fire chains guys before they get close, especially as they're going to be exploding. And sure, we'll take the conduit as well. Why not? Yeah, I'm not a fan of these guys that die and leave huge poison in their wake. For our playstyle, we want to sort of be standing still just long enough to get hit by them. So it's a little bit dangerous for us. What's in the box? Not much. Okay, let's push on to the next section. Just make sure he doesn't come from behind to kill us. And that's a lot of succubi bolts blasting around there. Ooh, I love that we're at a level where we can get double death breaths. No thank you, Mr. Oppressor. Very much dislike. Especially when it's extra big oppressors trying their stuff. Hard to see the explosion radius on those when you're in the sewers. I do like the sewers. I think the sewers is brilliant thematically. but it is obviously an incredibly dangerous place. Yeah, crossbow, why not? I'm a mage, I could totally use a crossbow. I do think that's something that I've never been keen on with role-playing games, is weapon restrictions for classes. Like, you can't use this because you are XYZ type. Pretty much everyone can use something, they're just not going to be good at it. And I think that's a much better way of doing things. So if you find an ultra amazing like sword of doom and destruction, even as a mage, you should be able to pick it up and use it. You know, you're just not going to use it as well as a fighter. Oh, decent spell steal there. That was awesome. That was more of a precautionary black hole that I did there. I didn't want those oppressors flinging anything at me. At the moment, these hits aren't really doing that much damage to us, but I wouldn't want to treat them like they're nothing to care about, because that'll be how we end up getting ourselves killed. You know, I'll start doing that and then we'll up the difficulty, and then I'll get hit by one of them or two at the same time, and I'll be like, oh no, what's happened? How on earth did I die? Power pile, I'm sure. Let's grab that and then put it to use. Is that another goblin? It was another goblin. Well, with a power pylon, he's basically just giving us plans. I'm fine with that. I like plans. While we're waiting for all the explosions to finish. Ooh! See, it's always worth opening chests. I mean, it's a pole arm, it's not one that we care about, but we'll salvage it up into a Forgotten Soul. Yeah, faster teleporting.
Still waiting.
Hi, Cold Snap. I'm just gonna like keep pummeling you with everything. And there he goes. 2 Greater AP Stones and some Death Breaths. That's precisely what we wanted. Now we've also got enough blood shards that I can potentially gamble, but we'll just upgrade one of the rings that we've got, I think, rather than gambling. So let's do that now before I forget about it. Upgrade rare item. Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Well, he's not terrible. We could re-roll that cooldown into a socket. It means we'll be able to get Black Hole out a little bit faster. It's probably not worth it. We'll hold on to it anyway, just in case we do decide to go back to VYR'S. So actually, this can come over here. Let's ID the remaining ones. That's the Orb of Infinite Depths. Yeah. If you like exploding, it's possibly up your alley. And the Pledge of Chaldeum, which, yeah, we honestly do not care about. So that goes in there. Pledge of Chaldeum, I'll just salvage up. Shen, you can learn this.
Still waiting.
And that goes under the hammer. Right. So we're going back in for another Greater Rift. We're just going to keep pushing these up higher until I actually get scared again. I mean, I am like constantly scared, but we're getting more powerful. So, you know, that point, it just gets further and further into the distance. This is quite a busy, dangerous start. Especially with those fireball flinging guys. Have we made it safe? I think we made it safe. I love the slightly washed out feel of it. It's a tiny touch, but having that palette shift and filter effect really makes the rifts feel kind of unique. Even though they're all basically the same. And remember, this is only with 2 pieces of Typhon's set. So you can do this too if you like punching above your weight. Yeah, popped open like a piñata. I do feel like we're using more resources slightly than we have been in the past, but I'm also pushing through this quite quickly. We could go slower. I think a lot of it's because I'm actively attacking those fireball flingers before they become a problem. Which is definitely the right thing to do. Because if we end up standing on those patches of fire that get left behind, we will die. I mean, that will kill us so quickly. It's not funny. Alright, let's have a look in this bit. Get him gone before he's too much of a problem. I'm going to avoid the speed pylon. That's just going to make our resource management really hard to work with. And for the minor benefit that we'd get, it's just not worth it. Okay, mini transition rift done. still don't like it when things leap at me, but what are you going to do? Can't kill everything at range. I mean, I would love it if we could, but realistically, that's not going to happen. You die. Thank you very much. Wall is not fun, but got him killed off easily enough. Mostly I'm worried about on this, sorry, the thing I'm most worried about on this map is the guys flinging lightning above us. Because if anyone's going to cause us difficulty, it'll be them. Let's go back up. We can ignore the guys down the bottom. We've made huge swaths of time on this. Huge amounts of progress. I'll grab that power pylon now, actually. Yeah, did you see that? It started to tick our health down just a little bit. Great, we've got the power pylon, we've got these guys in. Goodbye, Blighter. Yo, Solo! Ooh, ring, chest armor, shoulders, axe, and wreath of lightning, and another ring. Or maybe one of those rings will be one that we care about. That looks like Rogar's huge stone again, which is going to be funny, but not useful. It is Rogar's huge stone. I mean, it's probably worth us changing over to it, because we will actually get a benefit from it. But yeah, very, very amusing. We're still using Leoric Signet. It's helping. It's certainly not hurting.
I can't do that here. My old masters could see me now.
Let's put the Wreath of Lightning down. And we want to take that out, but it can wait just a moment while I ID stuff and put our various points in. So, restraint. That means we've actually got focus and restraint, doesn't it? No, we got 2 restraints. we have more restraints than we need. It's funny in my head. Anyway, let's salvage these up and we can go back in for another one. Pop. Here we go. So yeah, we're looking to change over Bane of the Powerful either to Bane of the Stricken or to Ice Blink. Probably Ice Blink to start off with, just because I haven't really used it and I would like to. Here we go again. Let's put it up to 43. I think this is starting to get to the point where we're going to struggle with mob health in general. And we're doing okay at the moment. Yeah, stuff getting really close to us is not ideal. It's just a dead end. Let's go this way. Bring these guys forwards a bit. No, thank you. Not gonna have you touch me with that massive, massive scythe thing. Makes you realise just how many there are when those frost novas go off. Yeah, generally the Hydras are a pretty solid way of playing. It's a very controlled methodology that we've got. Stuff gets around it, of course, by leaping over, or you know, if we come up against Juggernauts, they'll be problematic. But generally, any setup you have, there will be a way around it. The game is versatile enough that that there's normally something for you to be concerned about, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. I love the fact that there's no cookie cutter build that's just going to work with everything. That was pretty awesome. Clear a whole bunch of elites out in quick succession. And we've got more over here. Alright, let's double down on them. I think I pretty much killed that minion all on my own. It wasn't my Hydras helping at all. This area has a good density. I'm very much enjoying that. Good progress, a little bit of danger. Disliking the spider's webs, but out of all the things that could make it a bit interesting, they're not bad. Stormwrath the Savage. It does make you wonder about the naming that goes on for the demons. Like, do they have to earn those names? Is it other demons that give them those names, or is it the general population that does it? Now, obviously, I want that conduit pylon, but I also wanted it to be nice and safe before I went anywhere near it. Right, we're going to push on while we've got this. Conduit's great, but it's not going to be our primary source of damage. It's just going to be... I mean, it is assisting us, of course. But, you should never, like... I mean, never. They're great for helping you punch above your weight, but you should never rely on finding a conduit and having that as part of your build. Even with a whirlwind barbarian, you can't just be like, well, I'm going to be in the middle of everything. If I find one, I can go a level or two higher. It's great to try and push your luck, but if you reach the point where that's actually going to help you, then really your problem is damage, not survivability. Because for me, generally the thing that's slowing me down isn't the amount of damage I do, it's the amount of survivability I have. And I prefer it that way. The choker. Perfect. Spear, helm, crossbow, staff, ring, and boots. Boots, boots, boots. Okay. Those boots are not boots we care about, so we're just going to put points into Bane of the Trapped. And we got Bane of the Stricken, which is nice. That's actually going to help us as we push further in.
I need to go back.
I should probably swap over Bane of the Powerful for it now. But let's ID everything first.
I didn't think I
the Halo of Karini. This is perfect. This is the ring we wanted. Goodbye, VYR'S huge stone. Hello, Halo of Karini. That is a perfect upgrade for us. We've already got a VYR'S huge stone elsewhere, so I can just salvage that straight up. That's going to give us 71% damage reduction. That's a pretty good one. It's just over the halfway point. And that'll be periodically. It's not guaranteed, of course, but it'll be nice. Smoldering Core will hold on to... I'm just going to salvage that up, actually. So, Imperial Messenger goes. Cannon Bolter goes. Blind Faith goes. Striders of Destiny will hold on to. So in terms of the Staff of Destiny, there we go. Drop these off. Let's go take that Bane of the Powerful out and put Bane of the Stricken in. It'll serve as a placeholder until we get Ice Blink. And we're probably going to want it end game anyway. It's just good to start working on it. So this is our new second option, which will probably be pushing for Kaldasan's Despair. Do we have enough to do another one? We don't. Well, let's do a regular one. It's only Torment 8. We could probably run at Torment 9 because we were doing that with the Greater Rifts, but it's just a little bit more relaxed. Torment 9 with 2 pieces of our set. That would be fun. Crazy. Let's not stand on fire. Although we do actually have that huge damage reduction coming in now. Ooh. Let's let them do the killing. I am totally fine with them doing the killing. There's the other one. Wait. Quit it. More of these. Alright. Not standing on the fire. Yeah, that 71% damage reduction is definitely going to help. Our shield goes up to 1.17 million. And then we've got our health after that. So, you know, we've got a pretty reasonable buffer, I'd say, for when things go wrong. But when they go wrong, they will go quickly wrong. So it won't make much difference later on in the game. Yeah, so where we've potentially got the convention of elements that's going to be coming in. If I went for Unity and we made Cormac invincible, that would give us an additional 50% damage reduction. So there's other things we could do to boost our survivability later on in the game, if it gets to the point where we need it. I'm dead chuffed we found that Halo. That's awesome. So we've got the set dungeon and the Halo all organised and ticked off. Let's try and spread these guys out a bit. All gone eerily quiet. That's why, because we've got these guys. Waller Knockback Adventure Desecrator. They did not last long. Didn't even get to put a wall down. Didn't even get to see them get larger. Although they're tiny to begin with, so larger isn't really large. At least not like the the Mallet Lords. Yeah, a giant cat trying to stroke your face. Shield Pylon, awesome. Well, in that case, I can scratch all the itches on my face that I need to. Not worry about needing to teleport away from I see pool of reflection that I'd missed before. Yeah, more elites. Please have double death rest for me. Single death rest. I mean, just... Ooh, that wall. That wall's annoying. I'll take single over none, but we're at the point where we can get double, so it's always nice when we do. I feel like we're absolutely monstering through this. I didn't even realise that our shield pylon had run out. Okay, so that loops back round. We don't really want to go that way. So back this way, onto the other path. Is this the way on? It will be in a moment. Let's get this guy taken out. And in we go. Ooh, a mace. Amazing. No, I'm sorry. Even I feel a bit embarrassed about that one. Yeah, keep focusing on the guys in the distance. Get them killed before they become a close range threat. We're almost at the Rift Guardian time. So probably just a few more bits around here. There we go. Hey, it's a big giant cat. What do you know? Karini, of course, looking to touch everything in the face. I'm gonna just stand back a little bit while we clear this room. Now grab everything before heading back. That's enough. Yeah, we're pretty solid in terms of survivability, so I reckon we can put the difficulty up now. In the meantime, we'll put that in there, and that in there. And yeah, Teldron's hand. It's a solid weapon, but it's just going to go under the hammer and become a forgotten soul for us. Okay, we've got 782 shards. The next thing that I would like is going to be shoulders. We've already discussed that, so let's see if we can get lucky.
Well, isn't that
That's not the shoulders I wanted.
what? I didn't even know I had that thing. What? I didn't even know I had that.
That's not the shoulders I wanted either.
See you soon.
Alright, we've got 48 death's breaths, so we can do a little bit of upgrading as well. Upgrade rare item. Let's try this one. I like the look of this one. It's Deathwatch Mantle. It's not the one I wanted. We don't have enough to do another. We do have enough for a little bit more gambling, so let's make some space and then we'll try again.
Not ready yet.
So the last 4 attempts. Kadala, please. Please.
See you soon.
No. No. Cold oatmeal again. Okay, it's not a problem. As always, we'll just keep trying until we get what we want. So in here, these get dropped off. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'm afraid we're running a little bit low on time because that first couple of minutes didn't record properly. But we've made good progress. We managed to get the set dungeon ticked off and we've picked up the Halo of Karini. So it's awesome. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.